In mid-2022, the collapse of the cryptocurrency loan platform Celsius network sent shockwaves through the crypto community. Alex Mashinsky, the company's founder, is at the heart of Celsius's unraveling. Mashinsky is charged with civil fraud, among other things, for misleading investors and clients about the risks and rewards of Celsius. But what caused this once promising business to crash and burn? Join us as we investigate the Celsius circus of corruption. We'll see how its high-wire risk-taking and opacity raised more red flags than the circus's entrance. From fine engineer to crook, Alex Mashinsky is one savvy tech whiz from Israel. Before starting his entrepreneurial adventures, he earned an engineering degree at Tel Aviv University. In his last career role before Celsius, he was the head calling shots at RTX Telecom, a publicly traded company. He made a pretty penny and a name for himself in tech and fintech. At a point in 2010, Mashinsky was spotted on a recognition list. He was listed in Business Insider's The Silicon Alley 100, New York's coolest tech people. But how did this brilliant engineer wind up under investigation in tarnation, facing more legal troubles than a hog's bristles? That's the million-dollar question that's got all the crypto enthusiasts scratching their heads. Though it may seem fishier than a tin of sardines to some, experts haven't exactly been shocked. They could see this storm brewing from miles away. It was only a matter of time before Alex's fast and loose finances would land him in hot water. Let's hope he's got more than tech tricks up his sleeve to wiggle his way out of this one. Alex Mashinsky was always a rule breaker. As a kid, he hacked phone networks. As a teen, he bought and sold airport junk online as antiques. As a CEO, he turned Celsius into a crypto giant with more money than some countries. But behind the scenes, things could have been rosier. It appears Mashinsky is in hot water for cooking the books just a little. Under the hood, there was more to the rapid growth and glossy figures than meets the eye. Snake oil salesman or modern-day Robin Hood? Alex Mashinsky made over $1.5 billion from his Celsius project, with total earnings exceeding $3 billion when he and his investors cashed out. As the founder and CEO, Mashinsky took significant risks to build the company. In numerous media interviews, blog posts, and live streams, he boldly proclaimed, "The greatest risk is not taking one." Mashinsky convinced users to trust Celsius as a platform for their crypto assets through his public appearances as the face of the company. He aimed to portray Celsius as an innovative opportunity for earning returns. However, the business model proved unsustainable, and Celsius eventually filed for bankruptcy, leaving users unable to withdraw their funds. While Mashinsky took bold risks to grow his business, the collapse of Celsius had severe financial consequences for those who followed his encouragement to invest through the platform. In retrospect, Mashinsky's public statements downplaying the risks did not adequately protect users. He promised them a big old piece of change with no risk. Celsius boasted staggering earnings of up to 17%, among the greatest in the industry. He would lend money at no interest. "We take it from the wealthy and give it to you fine folks," Mashinsky proudly said. Though investors were promised a risk-free ride to Easy Street, Celsius soon went bankrupt, leaving them sadder but wiser. The genius innovator bit off more than he could chew. Mashinsky founded Celsius Network to disrupt traditional banking by allowing cryptocurrency holders to earn interest on their deposits. This appealed to those seeking an alternative to established finance. In marketing Celsius, Mashinsky portrayed it as a haven, repeatedly emphasizing financial freedom and independence from banks. However, this romantic facade masked significant risks and instability behind the scenes. While promising attractive yields upwards of 15%, Celsius operated an unsustainable business model reliant on risky investment strategies and opaque practices. Despite claims of giving power back to the people, especially underbanked communities, the company took huge gambles with customer deposits. As crypto markets declined, flaws in Celsius's financial engineering emerged. Their inability to pay back depositors in the face of failing asset prices revealed shaky foundations. In mid-2022, Celsius froze withdrawals and filed for bankruptcy, crippling those who trusted their pitches of easy wealth. Mashinsky blamed forces outside of his control, but many saw red flags long before Celsius's collapse. The sustainability of double-digit yields and the need for more transparency around how deposits were used raised concerns. Many now accuse Mashinsky of misleading marketing and mismanagement. While Celsius promised financial liberation, its wreckage has only caused hardship for ordinary crypto investors. The risks inherent to its business were downplayed in pursuit of rapid growth. In the aftermath, dreams of wealth via blockchain now seem dangerously naive. Some even joke that Mashinsky was so desperate to keep his scheme going that he didn't care who got hurt, as long as he could still make free phone calls like in his youth. But the Celsius debacle is no laughing matter for depositors who lost access to their savings. How did he get away with the scam for so long? Alex Mashinsky is hardly the first cryptocurrency fraudster. Many scams like this have existed since cryptocurrency became popular in 2017. Mashinsky made misleading claims that took advantage of anti-bank sentiment and presented Celsius as a safer alternative. By portraying himself as a champion for financial inclusion, he targeted those seeking an alternative to traditional finance. Despite provocative marketing, Mashinsky ultimately put certain investors' funds at risk. Some impoverished communities targeted by Celsius's messaging faced further hardship when the company collapsed. Rather than empower the unbanked as claimed, operations like Celsius took advantage of people's aspirations. The flighty financial engineering and opacity gave an illusion of security that vanished for many customers. While crypto holds the potential to expand access, hype and lack of oversight have enabled abuse. Cases like Celsius serve as a painful reminder to thoroughly vet any crypto interest offerings and the ethics of those behind them. The promises of wealth and inclusion will ring hollow if predatory behavior strips people of their savings. Mashinsky is one of several figures associated with cryptocurrency enterprises that failed to live up to lofty claims. Investors must watch for warning signs as the industry matures and make wise choices, not gambling their futures on empty marketing schemes. The book Evil Tokenomics discusses how sneaky people like Mashinsky use complex mathematical wizardry and tokenomics to rig the system and divert most of the loot into their pockets. This master of manipulation cooked the books and fleeced his flock. The magic wasn't enough to pull the wool over everyone's eyes. Fortunately, the long arm of the law is finally catching up with this snake oil salesman for pulling the wool over people's eyes. How did the bubble burst? Celsius was making up all kinds of financial falsehoods. Without the right due diligence, they permitted lending and borrowing of funds. Depositors might earn interest by depositing their crypto coins, with higher rates available for storing their Bitcoin and other crypto on their platform. The interest was also repaid in cryptocurrency, including Celsius's slick Cell token. Meanwhile, borrowers were charged meager interest rates ranging from 0% to 8.95% to obtain Bitcoin-backed loans. And where did Celsius get the money to make these loans? Why, from hedge funds, eager to expand their horizons beyond what meager banks can offer. Celsius was making more money than a Mississippi riverboat gambler. They made a fortune by peddling tokens, lending, Bitcoin mining, and shady cryptocurrency trading. Celsius claimed to refund up to 80% of their earnings to clients through interest payments. Quite substantial. Best of all, they did not charge any fees to users. No wonder people tossed their money at Celsius faster than you could say Jack Robinson. In July 2022, Celsius Network was sued by an investment manager alleging the company was operating as a Ponzi scheme. This began increasing legal challenges for Celsius and its CEO, Alex Mashinsky. It was revealed that in 2020, Mashinsky sold $500,000 worth of Celsius's Cell tokens in a single transaction. When the company froze customer withdrawals in mid-2022, the value of Cell had steeply dropped from $7 to to 21 cents per token. Critics argue the token was fundamentally overvalued from the start, with its price artificially inflated by manipulative tactics. As one of the largest holders of Cell tokens, Celsius allegedly used schemes to boost the token's price and induce more investors to purchase Cell. This benefited Celsius and Mashinsky, but ultimately proved unsustainable. Marketing Cell as having more value than it genuinely did misled consumers while allowing company insiders to profit greatly before problems emerged. The subsequent collapse in Cell's price aligns with accusations that its underlying value was dubious, despite claims of utility for users. As lawsuits and investigations continue, Celsius will need to demonstrate if its business practices and token model were legitimate or if misconduct occurred. The severe decline of its native token, currently deemed almost worthless, raises questions about how Cell was promoted and whether unethical actions inflated its price. What are the possible consequences? Mashinsky appears to be facing severe legal consequences for his actions related to Celsius Network. He allegedly violated SEC directives by making false claims to investors and participating in market manipulation. As a result, Mashinsky is now prohibited from operating or directing any public companies. During its rapid growth, Celsius Network attained a large market capitalization in the cryptocurrency sector. Mashinsky spent heavily on public relations to promote the perceived strengths of Celsius to investors. However, misconduct allegations have led to increasing problems for Mashinsky and Celsius. The collapse of the company and lawsuits from aggrieved customers continue to mount. Mashinsky may face years in prison if convictions occur due to the significant customer losses involved. He could also be liable for extremely high fines in the millions of dollars as an additional punishment. Conclusion: many investors are prone to fraud because of cryptocurrency's excitement and lack of understanding. New investors wanting to cash in on the buzz frequently need to be made aware of the consequences. Their lack of understanding of how cryptocurrencies work makes it easier for people like Mashinsky to defraud them. Let's hope Mashinsky's cease and desist injunction acts as a fair warning. We'll let the law run its course while he awaits time for free lodging and board behind bars.